By now you should have received an email from Provost Smith and I with more details about the budget. I won't go through all those details here. Instead, I want to take a minute and just talk a little bit about the broader situation. This is a tough budget situation. I've been through lots of budget cuts in my career. This is arguably the most challenging of any of them. We're approaching it, I think, deliberately and cautiously, but with an open mind. And part of the open mind is, unfortunately, it may be a long time before many of these funds return to the university. We're going to be operating with fewer funds for a while. So we're kind of looking at these cuts as permanent cuts, at least for now. And that makes them serious cuts. We have recommendations, and you saw attached to our email a report from the Budget Advisory Committee. Important, the first word in that name is Budget Advisory Committee. The Budget Advisory Committee, I suggest, set the table for us in terms of discussions based really on the budget, not based upon programs. It wasn't a program advisory committee, it was a budget advisory committee. Now the heavy lifting of making sense of our portfolio of important and effective programs against a shrinking budget begins. This is the hard work. And it's work that everybody across campus needs to be engaged with. We can have strategic cuts, and we'll need to have strategic cuts at every level of our institution. And that's what's happening right now. I know it's happening in colleges and schools across the campus and offices across the campus. And I thank you all for that. Cherie Winslow works in our office. And the other day she was talking about a bougainvillea that she had growing up her wall that was just growing out of control. Didn't particularly want to trim it because it had a lot of thorns. It was kind of a pain in the neck, so just let it go. But it got to a point where it was starting to do damage to the building and something had to be done. So she went out and she whacked at it and gave it what you would call a hard pruning. So much so it kind of put the plant into shock. And it looked kind of bleak for a year or so. But about 18, 24 months later, it came back stronger than it ever had been. The pruning was helpful. Now, I'm not suggesting we need a pruning here at UCR, just the opposite. I wish we didn't have to do any of this. But I hope that just like that bougainvillea, that in a few years, a few months, we are stronger than we ever were before. If we're smart in how we proceed through these coming weeks, I believe we can and will be stronger than we are now. 10 years ago, pretty serious budget cuts at UCR, and I'm sure people felt pretty frustrated and anxious and worried about the future. But look at us today, stronger and better by most measures than we ever have been. I think that's where we're going to be 10 years from now. It's not going to be easy, but I really do believe the same kind of hard work and spirit that worked 10 years ago is going to be just as effective today. It certainly is the case that we already are doing more with fewer resources than a lot of our competitors. To think of having even fewer resources is pretty tough. For me, that underscores, first of all, the deep appreciation I have for the efforts that everyone puts in, but also the necessity that we all collectively think about what it is we do and what we do with each other and how we might do it in new and creative ways. It wasn't only a few months ago, no one would have dreamed we could teach the entire curriculum remotely, and now we're doing it, the whole thing. It's that kind of attitude and hard work that I think is going to get us through the next stage of our challenges. Thanks for all the patience and all the work that everyone has done to get us here, and thanks for staying the course.